Welcome, everyone, to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here with us because today we're tackling a totally foundational piece of the English language. Our goal for today is simple but literally essential. We're going to learn exactly how to talk about one single person or thing versus two or more. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for the lesson. First, we'll cover singular and plural basics. Second, the 4 spelling rules. Third, irregular plural nouns. Fourth, practice and common mistakes. And finally, a quick summary in your homework. Section 1, singular and plural basics. Understanding one versus more than one. Now, remember, in our last explainer, we learned exactly what a noun is, right? So let's build right on top of that. So a singular noun is a word that names exactly one person, place, thing, or idea. Think of the word singular as literally just meaning one. For example, one book, one student, one apple. The absolute key takeaway here, singular equals one. Simple as that. But what happens when we have more than one? Well, that's exactly where plural nouns come in. A plural noun names 2 or more people, places, things, or ideas. Notice how the meaning shifts here. We go from one book to 2 books, one student to 3 students, one apple to 5 apples. Plural always means 2 or more. Section 2, the 4 spelling rules, how to make nouns plural. Get ready because this is the absolute core of our explainer today. The 4 key rules you're going to use all the time. This is without a doubt the most important part of our lesson. Rule 1 is the easiest, most common way to make a noun plural. You just add the letter S. So the singular book becomes the plural books. Cat becomes cats. Car becomes cars. Chair goes to chairs. And apple to apples. Let's do a super quick practice right now, just you and me. If I say one dog, the plural is dogs. Right, you just slap an S on there. Okay, let's build on that with rule 2. Sometimes a noun needs an ES ending instead of just a regular S. This kicks in when a noun ends in specific letters. S, double S, SH, CH, X, or C. So bus becomes buses, class becomes classes, box becomes boxes, and watch becomes watches. Now, you might be wondering, why in the world do we add ES? Well, it's actually because these words are way easier to pronounce with that extra ending. Listen really closely to the extra syllable. Bus is, box is, watch is. You hear that? That extra beat makes the words flow so much more naturally when you're speaking. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the letters completely transform. This is rule 3. If a noun ends with a consonant followed by a Y, you change that Y to IES. Notice how the Y just completely disappears. Baby turns into babies. City becomes cities. Country changes to countries. And story becomes stories. But hold on a second. We have to be super careful here. There is a major exception. If the letter right before the Y is a vowel, A, E, I, O, or U, you actually don't change the Y. You just add an S. Listen to these. Boy becomes boys. Toy becomes toys. Key becomes keys. This is a huge common mistake for beginners, so always check that letter right before the Y. And that brings us to our 4th and final spelling rule. Some nouns ending in F or FE change to VES. Pay close attention to the visual shift here. Leaf becomes leaves. Knife becomes knives. Wife turns into wives. And wolf becomes wolves. Keep an eye out, though, because English loves its exceptions. Not every single word ending in F follows this VES rule. For instance, roof just becomes roofs, and chef becomes chefs. But hey, please don't let this stress you out at all. English definitely has its quirks, but you'll naturally pick up these little exceptions as your vocabulary grows. Section 3, irregular plural nouns, the rule breakers. Because, of course, some words just refuse to follow the rules. So we've nailed down the 4 main spelling rules, but some nouns don't follow any spelling rules at all. We call these irregular plural nouns. For example, man becomes men, woman becomes women, child becomes children, person becomes people, and listen to mouse. It changes entirely to mice. Foot goes to feet, tooth to teeth, and goose to geese.
Now, honestly, please don't worry if you can't memorize this entire grid today. You are doing a phenomenal job, and since these are everyday words, you're going to see and hear them all the time. They'll become second nature before you know it.
Section 4. Practice and common mistakes. Test your knowledge. All right, let's actually roll up our sleeves and apply what we've learned.
I want you to look at these 5 words: book, city, bus, knife, and child. Go ahead and pause this explainer right now if you need to, and see if you can guess the correct plural for each one using the rules we literally just walked through. Seriously, give it a try.
All right, ready? Let's see how you did. Book? Yep, books, following Rule 1. City? That's right, cities, dropping the Y for IES, which is Rule 3. Bus? Excellent, buses, adding ES for Rule 2. Knife? Correct, knives, changing to VES for Rule 4. And child? Very good, children, our wonderful, irregular rule breaker. Let's quickly clear up some really common traps that catch a lot of learners. It is incorrect to say 2 childs. It definitely should be 2 children. It's not 3 boxes with just an S, it's 3 boxes with an ES. Don't write many cities with a YS. It's many cities with IES. And of course, you'd never say 1 books, it's just 1 book. So the crucial point is to always check whether the noun you're using is meant to be singular or plural, and then apply the right rule. Section 5. Summary and your homework. Wrapping up. As we close out, remember that this all gets so much easier the more you read and practice. We have covered a ton of ground today. Let's do a super rapid recap of our journey. Singular means 1, plural means 2 or more. Most nouns become plural by simply adding S, some need ES. Nouns ending in a consonant plus Y change to IES. Nouns ending in F or FE often shift to VES. And finally, those tricky irregular nouns have no spelling rules and just have to be memorized. But before you go, you've got a little homework. Step 1, write down the plural forms for these specific words: teacher, bus, city, knife, and child. Step 2, write 5 complete sentences using those plural nouns. And step 3, share your answers in the comments below. I highly encourage you to jump in there so we can give you some great feedback. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one simple question to keep top of mind every single time you speak or write in English. Always ask yourself, am I talking about 1 or more than 1? Let that be your guide. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Keep practicing, and I will see you in the next